in the car now.
Live from Lake Washington, the Boeing Seafair Air Show, presented by Alaska Airlines. Are you ready? As we are sitting here on Lake Washington, getting ready for the big attraction, the Blue Angels. They're your heart, your adrenaline pumping. Now, you will notice this year that they're flying 5 instead of 6 jets. That's because back in June in Tennessee, they lost one of their pilots, Captain Jeff Coos. We will feel his absence. We will see his absence in the sky, and we do want to pay tribute and pay honor to him. We do feel so much connection to these Blue Angels pilots, and Cairo 7 anchor Dave Wagner actually tells us how Captain Coos visited Seattle for the first time last year, and he told us back then that he absolutely fell in love with the Pacific Northwest. Captain Coos took Cairo 7's John Nicely on a ride of a lifetime. All right, John, you ready? Boeing-built Blue Angels FA-18. And Captain Coos reiterated what the Blue Angels are all about. On top to the bottom, everybody's here for a common goal and teamwork and discipline, and we like to display that across the country as a form of flight demonstration. It was a message he echoed to women's soccer star Megan Rapinoe when she received a jet ride right before John's turn. Not necessarily become a star soccer player or a fighter pilot, but go out there and become a doctor, become a teacher, go out and just work hard and have fun. Every time we spoke with him, his enthusiasm was infectious. It's been a wild, busy ride since then, but I'm having an absolute blast. His energy addicting. I'm pumped up back here. It's beautiful. Yeah. Move it. Never wavered. Since day one, since I can remember photos of me when I'm younger than I can remember. An airplane in my hand, and I'm very excited about it. He is honored, he is missed. There's some comfort knowing from all of us that Captain Coos died what he wanted to do, what he loved. And we are about to see and hear a number of those, all those folks out there on their wings in the sky, and they're about to get ready and taking off from Boeing Field. They will be here in just a few minutes. Captain Corey Mays is going to explain to all of us exactly what
why the Blue Angels
tend to sit here slack-jawed and in awe the Blue Angels for us and the way that you entertainers and really just made this kind of speech was Mays, thank you so much.
Oh, it is built in, huh?
We just heard from Morgan Palmer, and I told him that this is going to be a little bit different of a show than you've seen in the past. The local show tends to be a little bit shorter than the high show. About how long will this show be?
What a nice
It'll
start.
be about the same duration as the high show. So it will certainly be a little bit shorter than a high show. We're talking about maybe 35 minutes or so. Definitely the high show usually runs about 40
You moved the remote.
So not quite that long, but then again, we're just talking minutes here.
Sure. Now we just saw they're just hitting the skies right now. About how long before we see her here?
We'll actually see them
Do
on
it.
my shoulders here in just
They're gonna kill the sky.
It popped again.
Let me see what she got. She got
Hey,
a 4.
You're dropping things.
She got a 4.
And giving us some explanation of what we are seeing now. It looks like, again, we are seeing 5 jets instead of 6, so we'll see a little
She
bit of
got
a
a
different show
4.
also than what we've seen in the past. We'll still see a lot of animations, though.
She moved the remote and she
We'll see a lot of
Stop
information.
canning.
The solo jet, the lead
did
solo,
trouble.
will
She
still be
played
flying.
trouble.
That's Lieutenant Ryan Chamberlain, so we'll see him fly
Gosh,
much of the
there's
maneuvers
5 planes
in
up
the
there.
past. They'll look
Yeah,
familiar to
but
you for sure.
usually 6, but for
Can
one
you tell
day.
us a little bit about the pilots who we are seeing here
Why do we
today?
have
Absolutely. So, ladies and
pilot
gentlemen,
show.
flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader for
I
Blue
don't
Angels
know.
from Los Altos,
Let's
California,
go to the bedroom watch
Commander Brian
cartoons.
Bernacchi. He's a graduate of the University of California, San
Yeah,
Diego.
you go back there and watch it.
We've
I'll put
got
your
Blue
wine.
Angel number 2, the right wing from Honolulu, Hawaii, Lieutenant Matt Siderhow. He's a graduate of St. Louis University. And flying Blue Angel number 3, the left wingman from McPherson, Kansas, Lieutenant Lance Benson, a graduate of Kansas State University. Flying Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot from Sedan, Kansas, Lieutenant Andy Talbot, also a graduate of Kansas State University. And flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo from Bloomington, Illinois, Lieutenant Ryan Chamberlain, a graduate of Southern Illinois University.
And we hear a lot about how the boss gives all of the commands.
But when they're up in the air and they're looking at one another, how do they gauge to make sure that they're exactly where they need to be?
Oh gosh, well, some of it's feel, but almost all of it is look. So I know that we talked about before flying the paint. That's a very, very common term in our aviation and the way that we fly. But that's precisely it. So they're looking at exact spots on the jets that they're flying formation off of to make sure that everything is lining up perfectly.
And you have folks on the ground as well, correct? That are looking up and kind of timing them with the naked eye and figuring out if they're doing what you expect them to do.
That's exactly it. So in front of us on one of the boats, that's where our communication parts personnel are located. So we've got people videoing out there, and we also have our safety officers. One of them is going to be grading. So that's what he's doing to make sure that they're given some hits real time so they understand what kind of small adjustments maybe they can make.
So they're looking at each other's wings. Are they looking at the boats in the lake? Are they looking at Mercer Island? Are they looking at their surroundings?
Boss, maybe. That's about it. And here we go. So they've just attached the solo, the lead solo of Lieutenant Ryan Chamberlain. He's going to come back of us for the solo 360 pass, and the Diamond will then set up for their Diamond 360. All right.
Woo, that is the roar we wait for all year.
That's the beginning. That's so exciting to see them come over the terrain like that. So here we go from the right side, Lieutenant Ryan Chamberlain. He's pulling back towards show center, and he's flying at 400 miles an hour. And he'll go set up for the rest of his maneuvers now. I always like to ask people, what is their favorite? Is it going to be the Diamond or the Solo? And usually people already know.
Do they? They tend to fall on one side or the other.
Exactly,
huh?
exactly. It's pretty fun.
How about you?
Well, I'd have to say I like all of them.
Very diplomatic.
Oh, goodness, I know. I know.
And speaking of the Diamond, that's what's approaching us right now, correct?
Actually, they're setting up behind the crown, so it'll take a little bit of time for them to come around. But their first maneuver is going to be the Diamond 360 pass, and this is a really special one. It's actually one of our hallmark maneuvers that the Diamond will fly because literally they are 18 inches apart. If the canopy was not there, I'll bet some of our riders with long arms might be able to reach up and touch one of the other aircraft. No kidding.
Wow, they keep hands and arms inside the cockpit.
Yeah. I know. And they're going to be coming around from the right side now. So they're going to be flying relatively slower than some of the other maneuvers, and that's really nice because it'll really allow you to get a nice look at how close they are and the precise flying. It's incredible. I'll point out one of the other maneuvers where they fly just as close. But this one's special. There we go. See how slow that is compared to some of the other maneuvers?
So how fast are they going?
So that one right there, they're about, gosh, I would say 300 or so.
That's slow in the show.
It is. It really is. All right. And so here we go. The first maneuver that you'll see to begin our sequence is going to be the knife edge from Lieutenant Ryan Chamberlain. And this is really neat because he's going to come across the show line and he's going to push the aircraft 90 degrees angle of bank. He's going to push forward on the stick to make sure that he stays right down show line where he wants to be, and then he'll flatten out again and then lead to the right side. There we go. And he does that right over center point, exactly where he intends to. Now what we're going to see now from the right side is going to be the Diamond flat pass. In some of the other shows that you've seen, this is where they would do the Diamond roll. But because the clouds are lower than we'd like, still, obviously, we're going to get a great show out, but not